get up at 5 a.m. I do my meditation and I do my yoga. And after that, at 7 o'clock, I get to the kitchen. And then in the kitchen, I therapeutically cut all the fish and then put a rice on. And then once the rice is cooked, then I'll season it with sushi vinegar and then get the rice ready for lunch. The beginning is very tough because it's like you're new in business, you're trying to make a living and you're trying to get your name out there and nobody knows you. So it's like what I had to do was literally go door to door with leaflets and spend hours on end just delivering to doors and just having leaflets with Michie Sushi on there and saying please order. So it's great that Flipdish is with us because they do all our marketing for us. They look after every part of the business. Before we were doing everything and it was just so time consuming. Now we just get a full report, everything's done.
Welcome to this Flipdish Takeaways podcast. Today I'm joined by Michel Piare, owner of Michie Sushi. Michel, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi Cian, thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. First podcast experience?
Yeah.
Been nervous or?
Yeah. I've got to say yes. Like, do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Well, we're gonna have the chat. So don't worry at all. We're in our new digs here as well, which is a nice setup, right?
Yeah, it is.
Delighted with it.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your background. How did you get into the hospitality industry? Where did that all start for you?
Oh, basically, I was studying at college and I needed a part-time job. So I got a job in a Japanese restaurant. And then I ended up just being a waiter there. And then from there, I decided, I saw all the guys in the kitchen and I said, you know, I kind of like the looks of that and the taste of it. So I asked the chef one day if I was, can I have a go at it? And he goes to me, yeah. So he took me on as an apprentice and then I started in the kitchens there, started washing the rice and then did that for a very long time. And then after that, I started on the sushi and then the rest is history.
So how long were you washing rice for? Just to give people who are thinking
Probably about 2 or 3 years. And the worst part of it was washing the rice in the winter because the water was so cold, and your hands were literally falling off, but once you got used to it, you just didn't think about it and you just got on with it.
And what was the name of the restaurant you were working in at the time?
Benihana's in London.
Cool, okay.
And then after Benihana's, I got headhunted to go to Amsterdam and then started working in sushi in Amsterdam. And after sushi, I ended up working for the guy who owned sushi, who bought the Wagamama franchise. So I ended up being the executive chef for Wagamama. And then after Wagamama, my brother lived in Ireland and I went over to Ireland, saw a gap in the market for sushi and then ended up opening up my own shop, Michie Sushi in Dublin.
And did you work in the kitchen at the start or was it just straight away into kind of ownership?
I'm a chef. Basically.
Oh, you are? Okay, so you still do it now?
I'm a chef-proprietor. I look after everything in the kitchen, everything in the business, pretty much. I'm pretty hands-on, because I went to uni, I got a degree in electronics and, I'm an academic. So I do all the business side of things, all the kitchen side of things, pretty much everything, really.
What does your average day look like then? I can only imagine it's packed.
It's seriously packed. I get up at 5 a.m. I do my meditation and I do my yoga. And then after that, at 7 o'clock, I get to the kitchen. And then in the kitchen, I therapeutically cut all the fish and then put a rice on. And then once the rice is cooked, then I'll season it with sushi vinegar and then get the rice ready for lunch. Cut a bit more fish, do a bit more prep, get some meat ready, some chicken ready, some beef ready, and then wait for the lads to come in at 10 o'clock. When they come in at 10 o'clock, just look at all the emails, look at the reservations, and at 10:30, I'll head off to all the suppliers and get some stock in, get back for 12 o'clock for service. Service is quite busy in Sandyford. We've got quite a lot of offices nearby, so we'll go in there and we'll do the service. It's quite, everybody comes in at the same time. So it's just 2 hours, do the service. After the service, then we'll prep up again. And then during the prepping time, we'll get a few people coming in and out. And then 5 o'clock again, it's service again. Service, deliveries, and then 9 o'clock, end of the day, I'll head off home. So it's a pretty packed day, pretty much. Yeah.
That's incredibly packed. Tell me you're not still washing the rice though, right? Is someone else?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I
Go back to the roots.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Sometimes I get in there and I'll do it, but most of the time, the lads are doing it. Like, you know what I mean. But if I got to do it, I got to do it.
It's a rite of passage for them, though, right? It's important that they learn the trade as well.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Knowing that that's your day now, if you were to go back to a younger you, would you say, like, get into this business, or like, are you happy doing that? Is it something that you love?
I think because it's in my blood now, and I've been doing it for 30, 35 years now. Yeah,
Wow.
it's like it's ingrained in me. But I do take the weekends for my golf because I'm an avid golfer and I love golf. So what I'll do every Saturday, Sundays, I'll play golf, and then during the week, if I got some free times, I'll head off to the range, keep the swing going. But you got to have something apart from the business, otherwise it'll just take you.
Only the most stressful sport imaginable to balance out.
Well, it was in the beginning. It was really, really hard going because I just couldn't get the ball to go straight. But then after a while, once you keep at it, then it's with anything. You keep at it and then you become good at it.
Get into that 10,000 hours of anything.
Pretty much, yeah. I think I've had 10,000 hours of golf now. So, and about 50 million hours in the business.
I was going to say, and in that, so you're saying 35 years of kind of being involved in hospitality. I'm sure you've seen a lot of changes in that time from 35 years ago that I was just born then. So what are the kind of key takeaways for you of what's changed
I think
the industry?
Technology has changed a lot. Like when I first came into the scene, there was no Just Eat, there was no Uber, there was no Flipdish, there was no tech basically, right? And we were cleaning up basically. And then all of a sudden, all the big boys came along, and then tech came along, and then lots of other restaurants came along on the back of all the tech, and then we kind of got a lot of competition, but competition's good for business, so you just got
drives quality and standards,
absolutely,
right?
Absolutely, yeah. So that's the main change.
Yeah,
the tech,
So you feel like with the kind of Just Eat, the Flip Dishes, all of that kind of online, that brought in a whole new wave of competition that wasn't there before. Is that just because it was easier to get out there? You didn't have to build your brand as much, or why do you think that wave came?
Well, I think that wave came. It's just like catering and the revolution of the industry, basically. So I mean, yeah.
And up to that point, you were just doing phone orders and walk-ins and things like that, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I think it was more of a personal touch, whereas now it's everybody's on their smartphones and like nobody wants to cook anymore. So it's great that Flipdish is with us because they do all our marketing for us. They look after every part of the business. Before we were doing everything and it was just so time consuming. Now we just get a full report. Everything's done. I can just ring up my sales person and they'll put out all the promos for me, do all the social media for me, look after the website for me. I just send them pictures. It's all at the end of a smartphone, so it's brilliant. Yeah, and with the AI coming in now, it's getting even faster and better.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see where that takes us in the future. I know some of the guys in the office have been trialing some tech around. You can ring in and just speak to a bot over the phone. It'll take down your order, tell you how much it's going to cost, and you can do your payment and everything. And I've seen that being trialed, and that's amazing, obviously, because some people do want to make a phone call, and we want to provide to that. It means the call will never not be answered. There's always somebody there to take it. Yeah, I think that what the next 5 years is going to look like is very interesting. So for you, looking at maybe the future of the business, what does a really good next 5 years look like for you?
For me, the next 5 years would be to getting a really big investor, and then getting the big investor, and then probably open up another 10 shops, on the back of me selling the brand. And the brand's been around for 20 odd years. We've been No.1 Sushi in Ireland for the last 16 years.
Congratulations.
So, we just keep it simple and keep the consistency there. Once you got that, then, you can move with that.
Yeah, that expansion must be a scary concept though as well, right? That you're 10 more stores. It's all like, I'm sure you have a great personal pride in the brand as well. It must be hard to keep consistency the more stores you have.
Well, I mean, I've been in the business of having lots of stores, and keeping the consistency is all about having good managers and good people in place. And once you have good people in place, then that can look after the...
When you're looking for those good people as well, because this is something that comes up with a lot of the guests that we have about retaining staff, retaining great staff. Yeah. When you're looking for those great managers, what are the kind of characteristics, or what's really important to you that they have? Is it experience in the kitchen? Is it business acumen? What would it be?
Just basically keeping it simple and not trying to conquer the world, basically. Just, just as long as you've got a nice personality and you're a good listener, then, that's...
And are you directly involved in the hiring practice, or do you have a team that does that, or how do you hire these managers that come in?
Well, basically, we have a team that hires people for us, so it's just like tech, like I said, every single thing that you need in the company, there's an app or there's a program that you can use that you can just type in, I need a chef, and then it'll send out an advert, and then loads of people kind of apply for it, and then you pick out who you like. You can phone them up, have a chat with them, and yeah.
And is it a difficult thing to learn? Can you bring on a chef that's never been in the kind of Japanese
I'd rather
space?
bring in people that have no experience at all, because then you can actually mold them into what you're looking for. Because sometimes when somebody has a lot of experience, they kind of tend to do it their way, whereas in our business, it's all about starting from the beginning and then learning from there. And then I have lots of different people coming in, and everybody has different skills, different talents. So, you've got to kind of put them in a position where they can thrive, basically.
And what's staff retention like? Is that difficult? That's, again, another thing we hear a lot.
In our industry, retention it's very difficult, because everybody moves on, and especially in our business, it's quite labor intensive, and people just come and go. But when you have somebody in, you can try and keep them for as long as possible, by giving them some good training, and just see how long they want to stay, really,
I think there's a misconception that it's kind of a bit of a journeyman's job, or it's just something you do while you're in college, or, as part-time here and there. But there's actually a great career you can make within hospitality, right? And within the industry.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. I started off as an electronic engineer. Yeah, I got a degree. I went to university, but I just loved being in the kitchen and loved producing food for people. And here I am.
Is that your thing that brings you joy? Is that kind of your intrinsic motivation?
Yeah. If I made you a nice plate of food and you came up to me and said, "Wow, that was nice, chef. Thank you very much." It was like, it makes me feel good. You get a good sense of satisfaction. So yeah.
Yeah, you've just said the word chef there, so now I have to ask you: have you watched the show The Bear?
The Bear? No, I haven't. No.
Okay, there's one to go and watch. Okay. It's a really good show. Yeah. It's basically based in a kitchen. And just, I've been watching it since obviously being involved in hospitality, and it really gave me an insight into how fast paced the kitchen environment is, how standards are so high and how they're set and how that's so important. And yeah, I kind of wanted to ask if that's what it's like. Is your kitchen frantic and Gordon Ramsay-esque, or is it a calm, quiet place?
No, it's never calm, never quiet. It's all about quality and service and consistency. And there's always something going on. And we have to give a product, that's consistently good. So it's never calm. It's always like it's very well organized, but it's at a fast pace.
Love that. Yeah,
So,
it's an exciting place to work for anyone thinking about going into that world. Now, if I was to go into one of your restaurants, what are you recommending that I eat on the menu? Like, what's your go-to on your own menu?
Well, my go-to is the fresh salmon and the fresh tuna, and the soft shell crab roll. That's one of our top sellers, and the ebi fry roll. That's a really good seller, and also the sashimis. They're very good.
And do you still eat your own food, or is it a case of you've been around it so long now you're just not
Not at
interested
all.
in it?
I actually love it, and I enjoy it because it's so healthy and it's so nice. And all these years I've been making sushi, I still eat it, and it's something I'll never ever get bored of.
It's interesting. That's another common misconception, right? Because I think when people think about eating out or maybe eating Asian food in general, it's like they don't always associate it with healthy. And you're saying, actually,
Yeah, it is.
it is. Yeah,
It is, absolutely.
you could have it.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I have to keep fit, especially to work in an arduous environment. And sushi is great food to eat.
Yeah. Fresh fish, good for you. Yeah, loads of nutrients.
Yeah.
So, is there anyone crucial in your career that you look back on and go, I'm so glad I met that person because they did X or told me this? Anyone who sticks out in the journey? I'm sure there's lots of people in the last 35 years, but any kind of key people who've given you advice over that time?
Yeah, when I first started in London with Chef Kai and Chef Hatakayama, they're very, very, I mean, they just taught me the basics and the do's and don'ts of working in the kitchen. And those chefs were very disciplined and taught me a lot. So yeah.
Set the standard early, right?
No, absolutely, definitely, yeah.
Great. So you're kind of owing there. Hopefully, if they're watching, you owe a lot of your success to them. Got you going.
Absolutely, yeah.
Great. And if you were going back to maybe when you opened your first store and you were getting that going, was there any major challenges you had to overcome at that time, or was anything that like really kind of bump in the road that you're like, oh, maybe this won't work, that you had to?
Well, in the beginning, it's very tough because it's like you're new in business, you're trying to make a living, and you're trying to get your name out there, and nobody knows you. So it's like what I had to do was literally go door to door with leaflets and spend hours on end just delivering to doors and just having leaflets with Michie Sushi on there and saying, please order. I had my phone number on there, and then people used to ring up, and I was the only one in the business then. With one other person. So in the very beginning, when that other person didn't come in, I used to make the sushi, deliver the sushi, close the shop, go out, deliver it, come back. And then there was a couple of people waiting outside, and like, oh, the shop closed. Oh, no, I just went on a delivery, opened it up. They came in, the only two people, sat down there, ran into the kitchen, made their food, and then got another delivery, ran out, did it again, and came back again. So that's how it all started.
Wow. You must be kind of thankful of the technology now that you don't have to do all of that.
Absolutely. But in the very beginning, that's how it was,
Yeah.
And then we just grew from there.
You do what you got to do to get it off the ground, right?
Absolutely,
yeah. The passion is there. Yeah, flyers kind of a thing of the past now. I used to always have like a drawer of menus that have come through in the house all the time, and that's just not a thing anymore. But obviously we're all online, and
no, exactly.
that's where it is now.
Yeah. I'm giving my age away now.
Yeah, absolutely. Social media, what are your thoughts? Do you guys use it? Is it important to your business, or do you not lean into that as much?
Oh no, it's first and foremost. It's like such an important part of the business, and we're on every platform, and there's all these brilliant apps out there nowadays that you can just take a picture, upload it to the app, and the app will write your whole story. You don't have to do anything anymore. AI now is just absolutely phenomenal. So it's
Amazing.
excellent, absolutely excellent.
Do you have a team that does that, or is it just someone within the business that kind of takes that on as part of their other role, or how does that work for you?
It works in you see, with the coming in of AI now, it's just been brilliant, because before I used to hire a team to do that. Now it's all on a smartphone. All you do is just take one picture, and that one picture will write a story for you on every single platform. And it's just brilliant.
Post for you as well.
And post for you, and everything. It is just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. One picture takes you 1 second to do, and it will write to you a story for, I don't know how long. It's just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Fantastic. And do you see engagement from that? Do you see people kind of, if they see a dish online, that might drive sales a little bit, or is it hit and miss, or how have you found the kind of impact on your business?
It's been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, it's been excellent.
Great. And it sounds like I must get the name of the app off you at some stage, and we'll post it in the comments down below. So if anyone's looking for that, that's great. Have you used any food influencers? Have you ever gone down that road? It's a bit of one of those things that some people are very into, and some people aren't.
I haven't. I haven't. No. I haven't used any food influencers. No. But what it is, where we are, we have a company that does all our social media for us, and they kind of look after all that side of things, because where our business is, we kind of pay a service charge for the whole area, and that includes social media. And they'll come in, they'll make pictures for you, they'll make little films for you, and they kind of do everything for you. So it's brilliant.
Brilliant. Are you taking the pressure off you?
Absolutely. Yeah. I concentrate on giving the customer a good product, and going out and getting the fish for them.
And let them do the marketing side of things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. And from an online point of view, what technology are you using to take orders in? Have you...
Well, we use Flipdish, of course, and all the other platforms out there, So it's like we have, like, a trawler, a big net, It's you can't just go with one company. You go with every single company, and it just trawls in every single order. And then we got several different machines going, and then all the orders come in, and that's how we do it.
Great. And what are your feelings on? I know obviously they're probably a necessary evil, the marketplaces, that the commissions are high, but do you see that there's a benefit to there? Do you ever try and migrate customers from the marketplaces to your own direct ordering, maybe through Flipdish, or are you just happy for the orders to come from anywhere?
Well, basically nowadays you have to be happy with the orders coming from every single platform. Flipdish is our platform of choice, but at the end of the day, you've got to trawl in that every single person out there, because of course all there's fees, to be online, but at the end of the day, it's you have to get in every single market.
Yeah, you haven't thought about throwing it all out and just going back to the taking the phone calls.
Well, I mean, if you did that, you probably get about 2-3 phone calls, because everybody's on their smartphone.
Yeah, no one wants to make a phone call anymore.
And that's the technology now. You got to go with the times. It's as simple as that.
Would you have any idea what the difference between your walk-in orders and your over or online orders would be? Is it balanced? Is it more towards online?
I'd say probably about 75% online, because everybody's online. And because we're in an office area where there's a lot of walk by trade, about 25% of our business is walk-in.
Great. Okay.
So, yeah.
But it's great to be able to re-engage those people who've obviously ordered online. You have their details. You can reach out again.
Definitely.
So where you are at the moment, if there was something that you could change about how the business runs at the moment, just magic wand, blue sky thinking, what's one thing that kind of really causes you stress at the moment?
I think just the business we're in is quite a stressful business anyway, you know. But I wouldn't say anything kind of creates any stress for me at the moment because I'm so used to it. I've been in the business for so long. I just shut it out and just get on with it. That's all you can do. Yeah, you know, in our business, yeah, you know, you can't think of stress. You've just got to get on with it. And you know, now we've kind of got to a stage where we've kind of just keep getting on with it, and we're grand. It's no bother whatsoever.
Would that be your advice to someone who's thinking maybe leaving their job, maybe they work in tech or whatever, they're leaving their job and they're going to set up a restaurant? Is that your advice to them, or what would be their key takeaway?
It's like with everything. Everything comes with experience. You know, in the beginning it was very, very tough. But as you kind of get used to it and you just get on with it and get your head down, it just happens.
And would you say you have to love it to do it, to be successful maybe?
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah.
So,
You have to love what you do. And I love what I do.
Yeah, so it's not just a case if you're thinking about owning a restaurant as a hobby, it's not gonna go well for you, right?
Well,
you gotta live and breathe it.
No, I wouldn't say that. I would say like if you want to take on a restaurant as a hobby, you know, it's not an easy hobby to take on, but you can become very successful at it.
Yeah, if you put the time and effort in, keep those standards
there.
Great. So I always do this kind of quick fire thing with people. So just a couple of questions. What would be your death row meal?
My death row meal would be probably a tuna sashimi.
Nice. Okay. So again, that is your... Yeah. Okay, great. Favorite restaurant outside of your own, where are you going?
My favorite restaurant outside my own would be a local fish and chip shop.
Okay, great. Can you name them?
Well,
you don't want to put anyone out?
No.
Okay. We'll keep it private. But fish and chips is like
and a good burger.
Okay,
I'm
sure they know who they are.
Yeah, they do.
Love that. And then one piece of technology you can't live without.
My smartphone.
Okay, everything.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Are you using AI through your smartphone now, or do you use it in your everyday life, or is it mostly through kind of other technologies, like you were saying with the marketing software, or do you use it to help you plan anything or do anything along those lines?
I think I'm a bit more old school, you know, so I kind of just do everything myself. And if there is a bot out there that'll do something for me, then let's
Great.
accept it. Yeah.
So one piece of technology that your restaurant needs that if that breaks, you're in serious trouble.
Probably credit card machine, you know, like taking in money that way.
Yeah. Have you found a big shift in that lately, that less cash is happening? Is that?
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody's got a smartphone. Everybody just taps and goes, and that's it, you know. So it's very convenient.
Yeah. Is that better for you? Because I hear from some restaurants, we preferred cash for obvious reasons. And then some are more maybe lean towards the cards because it's safer. You're less likely to, if you are robbed or something like that, there's less cash on the premises. Yeah. Do you have a leaning towards one or the other?
I'd say cash is king at the end of the day, you know, because at the end of the day, every time you take a card fee, you've got to pay a fee. So, I mean, when you get the cash, and that's it. It's more for you.
Okay, great. Yeah, love that. Any dinner guests that you could have, dead or alive, who would you be sitting down with?
I'd probably sit down with Gordon Ramsay.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, you know, so I kind of watched him a lot. I kind of like the way he cooks. So yeah.
Okay. What is it about him that is it his kind of mad personality, or?
I just like his style of cooking.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you describe it?
To the point. Yeah. It's simple. You know, it's not too fancy or whatever. You know, he'll give you a nice piece of steak and he'll just keep it simple and then it'll taste nice.
No nonsense.
Exactly. Okay. Absolutely. Yeah.
Who would be someone that you've met within the hospitality industry that you think would be a great podcast guest? Someone you think that is really maybe driving change, or an interesting thought leader, or anyone that you've come across? Maybe it's a business owner.
I've met quite a few people, but I won't mention any names. So.
Come on now. Name some names.
Hey?
Name some names. Come on, give us someone.
Well, I've worked with Dylan McGrath.
Okay.
And he's a nice person. Yeah, we had a good chat. Yeah.
Okay, Dylan McGrath, if you're watching, come on in. Michelle's invited you on the podcast. And yeah, so we kind of talked about what your success looks like over the next 5 years. Maybe take us to the next 6 months for you. How do you plan are you planning in 6-month periods? Are you planning in a year, or are you just kind of seeing how it goes? Do you always have, what does next month look like, or next quarter look like, or how do you approach kind of planning and with your restaurant?
Well, I mean, every restaurant needs planning, and we kind of look at the next 3 months, or the next 6 months, or the next 9 months, and we just go with what's happening around us. And at the moment, we're probably looking for an investor to kind of open up another 10 stores.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. And you obviously mentioned you saw a gap in the market for sushi when you obviously got going here in Ireland. Are you seeing any other trends within the Irish food scene that maybe is emerging that, we wouldn't be maybe I wouldn't have noticed yet? Or what do you think is the next big thing? What's the next sushi, or is there anything you see coming along?
I think with sushi, there's lots of different innovations in sushi, and everybody's looking for something different. So I think lots and lots of new sushi places are coming up. Lots of sushi now is coming into supermarkets. So there's lots of different styles of sushi. So yeah.
Yeah, the market's always changing.
Exactly, yeah.
Any
absolutely.
other cuisine types that you see coming up in Ireland at the moment? I remember my big one that I always think about is the growth of the burrito. When I was in college, that became a thing. Like I'd never heard of a burrito before I turned, 19. And then suddenly there was burrito places everywhere. And I was like, where did this come from? And then I love a burrito. I had one for lunch today, but like that's something sometimes it just all of a sudden, it's like everyone had the idea and now we're doing burritos. I don't know if you see any of that happening currently with...
I think I'm so in the kitchen at the moment and in the business. I'm kind of, keep things going. So I haven't really noticed any new things coming up at the moment, apart from the spice bag.
Amazing. I actually watched a YouTube video the other day of a Canadian guy. He's actually in the show, The Bear, talking about, he's like, I went to Ireland and I had some Irish food and I'm going to recreate it now. And it was the spice bag. And I was like, brilliant. Are we getting credited with that now? Is it us? I suppose it is. It's I'm sure it's not a traditional Chinese meal. No. It's definitely created here. But great that we've managed to make it global with the spice bag. It's a genius bit of
who knows, tomorrow we might come up with a sushi bag.
Exactly. And I think that's one of the nice things about living in Ireland is it is so multicultural. You do have influences from all over the world coming over. It's quite easy to get very authentic food in Dublin at the moment. And whereas again, if you went back 20 years, again, I remember the first time I ever had Japanese was the first time I went to Wagamama's, again, around 18 or 19 years old. Yeah. And at that point, I thought this was the craziest thing ever. I'd been to Japan a couple of years before, and the idea that food was now being served in Grafton Street was just...
Oh, no. It's funny now. I used to work for Wagamama for a long while.
Yeah. So here or in the UK?
In the UK and in Holland. I opened up quite a few restaurants. So
wow. Yeah, they're obviously a big player, and they were kind of what I remember being the first kind of Japanese restaurant, and remember going in going, I'm definitely not going to like any of this, and coming out being like, no, this is great.
What they did to the food is brilliant.
Yeah. Did that help with you guys? Obviously, you're trying to convince an Irish audience to buy into Michie Sushi. Yeah. Was that a difficult thing to do, or was that, when you opened it first, or were people already open to that idea, or how did you approach that?
I think with what we did, we just had to get the food out to the people, and once they tasted it, they loved it, and then their friends told their friends, and that's how we grew our business, from a standing start, and then through word of mouth, you know, everybody kind of knew about us. But nowadays you have technology, and the technology out there is just phenomenal, and it's brilliant, and it gets the food out to the masses.
Yeah, I think now, like when I look at like my sister, for instance, she's 11 years younger than me. She's kind of in her early 20s. When she's looking for somewhere, she goes on TikTok. She finds an influencer who's done a little piece on. They went out for dinner. They filmed it. She goes, "That looks amazing. I'm going there." And that's it. And then she goes, and I'm like, "That's me. I'm an old school Google review guy, or like I'm on TripAdvisor trying to find that out." She just has a look. She decides if she likes the vibe from the video, and that's important for her. I've never thought about looking at a video before to kind of decide where I go out to eat, and she has complete trust in it. I'm like, well, that's the new generation coming through.
Yeah, definitely.
They need something different, right? And it's it's always changing. So I don't know if you guys do you do food videos as well, or is it only kind of images that you post?
I think nowadays with AI, you can do a video or you can do a photo, and it'll just generate something for you, and then you'll just post it. So we have a brilliant program, and it does everything for us at the click of a button, and it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Love that. So just to kind of maybe to wrap up a little bit, where can people find you if they want to order from you? Where are you? Where do they go to get Michie Sushi?
So we're Michie Sushi in the Beacon South Quarter, in Sandyford, and we've been there for quite a while now. Go online, www.michiesushi.com, and order a Flipdish, and you'll have your meal.
Love that. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Really appreciate you sharing your insights, and best of luck with the 10 new stores coming.
Thanks for having me on.